Y'all, today's show is so good.
But number one, I've never seen an intro like that.
It is my hope and desire that not only will episode 30 still be fun, but episode 300 will be even more fun. You were made for something great, so go and be awesome.
Ten seconds remaining.
Hello, and welcome to the show. My name is Renee Hastings, and I'm your host of Renee Speaks. Y'all, today's show is going to be so great, and part of that reason is because our amazing sponsor is Wilbron. Wilbron is Alabama's premier public relations firm. If y'all have any PR needs, be sure to hit them up at www.wilbron.com. And I am super excited about today's show because, as you know, it's October. And October is my birthday month. And we've got all kind of fun and games planned throughout this whole month. And I hope that everyone will participate, join in, get included in the drawings, guess all the trivia, because we're out here, y'all. We are out here and we are, really making it obvious that we are here to serve. We are here to serve you. We are here to serve business owners. We are here to just try to do whatever we can to make your entrepreneurial journey great. So with that said, today's live show is not just one guest, not two guests, not even three guests. We got 4 guests, y'all. We have 4 guests on today's show, and I am super excited to introduce every single one of them. These are my peeps. I know I can count on them, and I'm so grateful that they have taken time out of their day to join us. So let me tell you a little bit about each one of them. Our first guest is Christine Campbell Rappin. Christine is the CEO and owner of Clear Acceleration, Inc., and she's an energetic, tell it like it is advisor, mentor, consultant, and speaker with over 25 years of experience in marketing, sales, and operations. Christine has worked with startups and some of the largest companies on the planet. To date, she has collaborated with more than 400 businesses worldwide across more than several industries, generating a combined revenue exceeding $1 billion. That's billion with a B, y'all. Please join me in welcoming Christine Campbell Rappin. Our next guest is Katie Griffith. And Katie is a graduate of the University of Georgia, go Dogs, with a degree in management information systems. Katie began her career in a food service technology company. Played a key role in securing major healthcare deals. Inspired by her grandparents, she founded Bright Solutions, reflecting her grandfather's work ethic and commitment to client satisfaction. Katie is passionate about helping clients achieve ambitious goals and embraces challenges, whether it's running the New York Marathon or exceeding client expectations. Y'all put your hands together for Katie Griffith. All right, our next guest, you might remember her from a few months ago. She was on the show Brown Suga, and she is a versatile entertainer excelling as an actress, host, voiceover artist, film director, and producer music producer, screenwriter, and mentor. With experience spanning stage, television, radio, and music videos, she has worked with top brands like Essence, Samsung, and HBO. Mo's film achievements include her award-winning series and roles in films like Elliot Loves. She also owns Mo Body Butter, a skincare brand, and is involved in community outreach and mentorship through organizations like OBT Opportunities for a Better Tomorrow. Mo's dynamic career is complemented by her work in television, including her series Mo Brown's Bodega and her continued production efforts through Suga Productions. Y'all, put your hands together for Mo Brown Suga. All right, and last but certainly not least, Dr. Linette Montae. Oh, Dr. Montae is a world-renowned authority for top-tier female consultants, experts, and omnipreneurs. She uses her profitable empires framework to transform expertise into personal authority branding that is influential, impactful, and profitable. With over 30 years of experience and 4 advanced degrees, her exceptional leadership impact has earned her numerous accolades, including Women of Power, 100 Women to Know in America, and induction into the International Hall of Fame. In addition to her appointment to the Leadership Council of the esteemed National Small Business Association, Dr. Linette is an award-winning results strategist, national speaker, and published author. Y'all, put your hands together for Dr. Linette Montae.
Hello.
Hello, my amazing friends. I'm so glad to have you all here with us today. The crowd goes wild.
Yeah.
Thank you. So I'm just going to take a few minutes, y'all, hand each one of you the stage to tell our audience a little bit about yourself and what prompted you to accept our invitation to join us today to talk about Q4 and strategies for a strong year end. So Christine, why don't you get us started?
All right. Welcome, everybody. I am absolutely passionate about you not giving up on your dreams. And I am so tired of business owners doing the hokey pokey with one foot in, one foot out. And I never set out to be a business mentor, even though I've created $1 billion in revenue. I really, truthfully was just committed to being a great entrepreneur myself. And it led to invitations of coffee or glasses of wine, depending on how you know me. And I said, business is elegantly simple. You are making it way more complicated than it needs to be. And I want you to win. I want you to win in life. I want you to be a great leader. And I want you to be surrounded by people that create positive ripples of change. And so I said yes, because Renee is a fantastic human being. And anytime we can come together to bring powerful women to have a great conversation of let's get stuff done to be the change we want to be, I am always a heck yes. I'm all in.
Yeah. Love it. Love it. Thank you, Christine. You truly are a rock star in my life. And thank you so much for all you do to mentor us business owners. Can't wait to dive in and get more of that knowledge, gray matter to benefit the rest of us in the audience. Katie, why don't you go next?
Great. Thanks so much, Renee. Of course, I'm going to say yes anytime you invite me because I love getting together with other entrepreneurs, and it's just so important to support each other. It can be a lonely journey as an entrepreneur. And I spend a lot of time speaking and doing things like this within my industry, which is senior living industry. And so it's really fun to just get together with other entrepreneurs. I'm always listening to podcasts with, about entrepreneurship and business. And I just really enjoy getting to step away and really dive into that together. And Renee, you helped me so much with my business and executive help now. So of course, I always enjoy it when you connect us all together, and you're such a good connector. So thank you for having me.
Awesome. Thank you so much for being here, Katie. If there was a definition for an ideal client, your picture would be like right there next to it. I absolutely love the relationship that we've developed over the years. And so it's been so fantastic. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you.
And Mo, why don't you go next? I think Dr. Linette might need to go log out and come back in.
Okay. Well, I chose to do the show because I love the impact that you are making on women. I want to be a part of the strength that you guys have. I noticed that you guys are very strong. We can be stronger together. I also wanted to, when I'm promoting it, I want to be able to show the women in my world and in other worlds that there are women that can support, that are strong, that don't give up, that are just there for each other and do amazing things. So that's why I'm here.
Yes. Oh, it is so great to have you on the show, Mo. You truly are a strong woman, and the impact that you're having on the teens in New York through your community work, oh my goodness, life-changing, impacting not just this generation, but generations after generation after generation. Mm-hmm. So thank you so much for joining us on today's show. And we're going to just go ahead and dive right in. And when Dr. Linette comes back, we'll just give her an opportunity to introduce herself as well, maybe experiencing some technical difficulties. But let's go ahead and get started and open it up for questions. If there are people in the audience who have questions, if they are business owners and may want to know how can they maximize their full impact for the rest of the year. There's 3 months left, y'all. Oh, wait, she's back.
Okay, good.
Yay, Dr. Linette. Welcome back.
Listen, I'm on the road, and so I am least in control of the internet. So I just finished trying to do some rigging over here, so I won't disappear. Now, did I miss my intro?
Nope. It's not too late. We were just getting started. Mo just finished, and we were just talking about Q4 and why you decided to say yes to the invitation to join us on today's panel.
Yay. So thank you so much, first of all, for the invitation. Thank you for your patience. And number one, when Renee calls, you answer. Like, that's just it. Nothing else to be said. She asked for you, you show up. And so on top of that, my entire brand really is about quarterly planning, because we are making the old school mistake of annual planning and expecting now results. So when I saw the topic, aside from the fact that I would say yes to Renee, I absolutely had to be here to share some tips with you to make Q4 amazing.
Awesome. Thank you, Dr. Linette. You truly are an amazing, powerful woman who's certainly here for all of us, wanting to make change, wanting to make sure we end the year on top and take advantage of every single opportunity we have left to make 2024 one of the best ever. And Lucy says, hello, gorgeous ladies. Hello, Lucy. Thank you for joining us. And Krisha says, happy birthday. Thank you, Krisha. I appreciate you. And Juan says, it's your birthday month. Yes. Hello, it's my birthday. I'm so super excited. Thank you so much for joining us on the show today, y'all. So as we dive in, let's just dive right in. And let's start out by asking the question, and I'm going to ask this of you, Dr. Linette, since you kind of teed us up for this. Why is Q4 so crucial for businesses to finish strong?
Oh, that's a great question. And there's a lot of answers to that. But the two that come to mind immediately, number one, is that Q4, especially with holiday sales, is up to 30% of a small business's annual revenue. And so if up to 30% of your revenue is coming from one quarter of the year, it's important to really make the most of it. But then the other part of this is that when you have a strong Q4, it plants the seeds for an amazing 2025. And that's where I want people to also be focused. Now, my clients have already prepared everything for Q4. They're already thinking and preparing for the end of Q1 and the beginning of Q2. So if you're not there yet, this is the time while you're planning for Q4, while you are going to knock it out of the park for the rest of this year, link together the success that you're planning for Q4 with the desires that you have for Q1.
I love that. And because I guess it makes perfect sense, because if you're in Q4 already and you're just planning for Q4, you're late. You are just late.
Just a little.
Yeah. I love that. I love that. Christine, how about you? What's so important about Q4?
The only thing you fully control is today. That's why this is so important. Business doesn't happen 6 months a year. It doesn't happen 2 months of the year. Business happens 365 days a year. And what matters is that you show up for today, because the things you do today germinate. Everything on the planet gestates. Kids, plants, everything. What you do today matters. And the only thing you have was the moment you got out of bed today. So I want you to maximize today, because it will reaffirm for you that it matters and you matter. And the actions you take today do show up. Dr. Linette was totally right. It takes 90 days on average to grow a client. So if you want to have a great 90 days from now, what you do today is everything.
Absolutely. 100%. Every single day counts. Every single day matters. What you do every day, how you show up every day matters, because 90 days is coming, whether we want it or not. I don't know if I should have said it that way, but 90 days is coming. How prepared are you going to be for it? That's the question, right? Right. How about you, Katie?
Yeah, I'll definitely echo a lot of what's already been said, and especially Linette referring to, it's a quarter of the year, right? So I can't just, sit around for one quarter and expect my business to thrive, and getting ahead of it. So, I kind of know what's coming in Q4 by the end of Q2. So it just, it's just that planning ahead. And I think that it's just important to finish strong, but just perpetually planning ahead for every quarter is just going to be really important for any business owner. So.
Yes, absolutely. And Mo, how about you? Why is Q4 so crucial?
I'll try to make it short because it's actually the time where we should be asking ourselves, did you meet your goals? Am I happy doing this? Because there are lots of times where you get to the ending of the year of your business and you realize this isn't making you happy anymore, or this wasn't, what you wanted to do. So it's always an assessment for myself and also and other people as well. Also things like, for me, some people don't take their receipts. Some people just leave it, oh, well, online, I don't need it. I take my receipts when I purchase things. So I go over my receipts to make sure that I'm not, missing anything. For example, we have for theater, for entertainment, you have all kinds of costs like costumes and, even little things like mascara. Like right now, doing the mascara for this, I do count that as
that's a business expense.
Yes, it's an expense. So I make sure that I go through, the expenses. And one last thing, so I can keep it short. I'll say being realistic in my goals, so that is just like the assessment period. I have more, but I'll try to put that in the other question.
Awesome. I love it. And I love that it's a time of reflection. Q4 not only is a time of finishing, but it's a time of reflection of where am I right now? Am I where I thought I was going to be? And, is it still serving me in the way that I originally thought it was? And what do I need to be different so that this can be more satisfying for me?
That's actually what I wrote down. It says, what can you remove? Or what can you add? Because some people, when they do surveys and they ask questions and they say things like, okay, was the service bad or was the service good? I feel like you're actually feeding people what you would want them to say, as opposed to just asking them, well, what was your experience like?
Right.
So
right.
those things matter.
Absolutely. Love that. Love that. So as we are thinking about Q4, what steps can businesses take to strategically plan and execute? I know most of you have already said, if you just now getting started, you're late. So, so maybe if you want to talk about how we can use Q4 to plan for Q1, I don't know, however you feel like taking it. What would be your response? Christine, you want to get us started?
I absolutely would. I'm gonna actually take a course correction. Q4 is absolutely a time to dream, but it's not a time to bypass taking action now. I think one of the most powerful things I got reminded quite hardly this year was take the shot today. And so often we do spend a lot of time dreaming about the perfect shot. So that might be Q1 plans. It might be, what are we doing for the Black Friday? And that's still a few weeks away. Right now, I want you to remember the power of now and to take the shot today, because the more shots you take today, the more equipped you are to make different decisions, to iterate, to move your business forward. And there's two things that grow a business, just two. So step out of the overwhelm with me for a second here. How many offers you're making and how many ideal new clients you're connecting with or can identify. And those two things are what you need to take the shot today. I want you to, yes, dream and be focused on what is possible tomorrow, but never at the exclusion of what conversation you can have today, because business is simple. One conversation to the right person with the right offer can create you a client today in Q4 so that you do finish today strong. And that will reaffirm for you the ability to make another offer and another offer and another offer. So I'm going to say, don't totally bypass what you could do right now in the moment.
Right. I love that. I absolutely love that. Because business, I guess so many people do try to complicate it, like, oh, there's all these things. And you're like, no, it's just making an offer to the right person. That's all it is. Bottom line. Keep it simple. Dr. Linette, how about you?
I absolutely love what Christine just talked about when she said in the now, because one of the things that I share often is about legacy, and the fact that legacy is not what you're going to leave after you've passed on. Legacy is everything that you do today. What you're doing today is the seed that you're planting. It's what they see. It's what they decide that they want to be like, that they want to follow, or they do not. And so the same is true with your business. It is everything that you're doing today that's going to show up later, whether later is next week, whether it's tomorrow, to Christine's point, whether it's in 5 minutes because you've talked to the right person. And what I would like to add to that is 3 things. Well, it's really 4. And it comes from a get paid formula that I teach. And so I don't have time to teach the whole thing, but I do want to tell you what the 4 words are for paid so that you'll know what to focus on right now. And so P is participate. And that's what you are doing. That's your genius. That's you shaking hands and kissing babies. That's you being the visionary for your company. And then there's automate. That's automating everything that you can. And then there's isolate. That means getting rid of the things that don't need to be done. To Mo's point, the things that you no longer love doing. And then what are the things that you should be doing? What are those tasks that have been put on the back burner because you were busy focusing on other things or putting out daily fires? And then once you've isolated everything, you've automated everything, then the D is delegate. Delegate everything that's left so that you can stay in your genius.
I love that.
Yeah.
And we're putting that acronym, I can talk, acronym up there. PAID. P, participate. A, automate. I, isolate. And D, delegate. All of those things are the 4 pillars of the perfect formula for ending the year right and starting the new year off right. And every
get
day
paid.
and get paid. That's what I'm talking about. Let's get paid. I love it. Y'all, I have so many questions and I can't believe we are already halfway through the show. So I'm just going to throw a question out there and whoever this resonates with, y'all just jump in and answer. So avoiding year-end burnout. How do you balance the intensity of Q4 with maintaining team morale and avoiding burnout?
Mm-hmm. I can take that one.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, and I love everything that was just said about planning too. So I definitely spend some time planning in Q4, and it's really important to me though around the holidays to take a breath and give myself a break and my team a break. And so it's not that we're not working and we're not doing things, but our clients are very busy during the holidays. So they, senior living operators, which you might refer to retirement communities, clearly they're very busy. They're making these wonderful, beautiful experiences for their residents and their family members over the holidays. So that affords us, because the whole rest of the year, I mean, we're grinding, in October, especially, we are really grinding in the first half of November, because it's like, we got to get all these things done before the holidays. Right. So over, kind of the second half of December, I really encourage myself and my team to take time to themselves to really just self-care, reflect, and, re-energize themselves so that we can hit the ground running in Q1. With that said, like I said, it's not like we're taking the month off or something, but I mean, if I have an individual team member that says I need the month off, I mean, I don't care, unlimited vacation, like do what you need to do, because I, trust you and want you to be there and be, impactful for our clients and really thrive in your own life. So it is really important to me that we take that time, at certain points throughout the year where it's possible for us. But then with that, of course, we're working and finding creative ways to do work for our clients, even though they are so busy. We can't just not, we're a consulting firm, so we have to be billing hours, right? So we find creative ways to, we can really do a lot of work for them while they're so busy to really position them to hit the ground running first week of January. So that's a lot of the time that we spend. But the other thing we do as far as burnout and supporting your team is in December, I always have a really fun huddle with my team, and it's over Zoom and it's an hour long. I'm not going to take up a bunch of their time. Of course, we end up staying for like an hour and a half, but I'll wear like my Santa hat and we just have fun celebrating our wins for the year. And we go around the room and I ask people to share one of their wins that they're really proud of for the year. And then I chime in on, any wins that I saw them achieve that year as well. And it's just an awesome way to reconnect together as a team and celebrate. I mean, we don't celebrate enough. And I'm speaking to myself when I say that. So, just taking that time to celebrate the wins of the year too.
Yeah, I agree. And it certainly self-care is so important, especially at the end of the year. Simone Blake is put in a comment and she said Zoom year-end party, yay, all about it. But one of the first things that she asked about or mentioned is that Q4 is often a hectic time for entrepreneurs with holiday sales, year-end planning, and customer engagement all happening all at one time. Does this resonate with any of you, and how can we keep it all balanced and together without burning out?
I could answer some of that in terms of we'll say with Mo Body Butter, you can do deals to clear out your inventory. So as I mentioned before, figuring out what it is that you want to do, that you like to do, that what products make you feel good making or getting done, because some people don't actually make it, they order it. But when you have deals to clear out your old inventory and being realistic in your goals, like when you are realistic in your goals, and if you know that I wrote a note, if you know that you don't have the energy or the capacity to make like 680 candles, then keep your promo small, or, just like it's important to be realistic about where you are and the things that you want to do. Like,
Right.
Yes.
Absolutely. I love that. And one of the things you can do is use words like limited supply or for a limited time only.
Yeah.
Get yours while you can, because this is hot and we done already sold 10 in the last hour. If you want some, get them now. Those kinds of things. No one knows how many you really have.
Right.
I mean, I'm not talking about lying or anything. I'm just saying
it's true, though.
It's all marketing and how you spin it. Christine could, I'm sure, speak to this and in terms of dealing with all of this Q4 business all at once.
The other thing I would say is this is such a business math thing, but I want to talk about the non-negotiable, which is protect your time, set your boundaries, and budget for things that support you. So that could be delegating some work. It could be bringing in extra staff. It could be, non-negotiably, I'm going to get a pedicure. I want you to budget for rewarding yourself, and I want you to budget this like a business badass.
Yes.
So that you are clear. My CEO day is non-negotiable. It is set in January for Q4. And I'm saying non-negotiable because if I don't take my time out of my business to go, in my case, and I don't take people with me because I'm an introvert who needs a recharge, it becomes non-negotiable. But I also never feel guilty because I budgeted for it. Time, money, bandwidth. And I think it's really important that you cannot fill from an empty cup. And when you're taking CEO days, the most important question I ask myself is, what do I want next? I don't take the to-dos of today. I don't take any of the burdens and that responsibility. I give myself white space. And it's a non-negotiable. So I'm going to say, don't forget to treat yourself like you would treat others if you were running a big corporate org, which have a year-end budget for a Christmas party or other things. Like, treat yourself well. If you don't treat yourself well, you're cheating your clients not to treat you well.
Mm-hmm. I appreciate you saying that. I experienced burnout in 2019, and I wasn't taking time to myself. I gave out every drop of energy that I had to everyone and everything. So I think that a lot of people are going to appreciate you sharing that.
And once a month, I will just give a business tip that I do. Once a month in my calendar, I have a thing that comes up on a Sunday, because I don't work Sundays, that asks me once a month, what's your self-care plan for the next 30 days? And it's a reminder in my phone. And so I have to check in, did I, not follow through, but also then I can look strategically with where's a day where I can cut out a half day or I can do other things. Like, it's just a simple text reminder that comes up on a Sunday that says, check in with yourself. How's your battery?
I love that. I'm taking notes. This is so good. We have to take care of ourselves because we cannot give out of a full cup, right? We have to empty our cup and get refilled, recharged, rejuvenated. And that needs to be a line item in the budget.
Yes.
So speaking of budgets, are there any specific financial strategies to focus on in Q4? Who wants to take that one?
I'll jump in.
Okay.
I actually love your thing about do your receipts. You should have a really good check on your KPIs. You should have a really good look at what is your budget, what are your overs and unders. And truthfully, from a financial point of view, you have got to spend some time with your tax people. In my case, I have to do some tax planning in Q4, and I have to get really clear on how is the health of my business so that I can know where I've got some extra money to say yes for things that I'm committing to next year. So I'll give a perfect example. I committed to something I'm going to do in November 2025 because we're sitting on extra cash because we've had a very strong year. And I know for certain I will be in business next November. I'm not worried just Q4 is going to make or break my business. I'm going to say, let's spend it now.
Yeah.
It's the next year. And that way I'm like, wow, I can't wait. They're like, you mean 2025, not 2024? I'm like, yeah, no. And I probably wish I'd spent more, but that's nerves and wobbles. I'm going, oh, well, that's what we could do now.
Wow. Wow. And that is so great. And I've had the person who assists me with our finances, she said, if now is the time to start thinking about those customer gifts that you want to give in the holiday season, that sort of thing, because all of that comes into play when it comes to your budgeting and financial planning and getting ready for, tax time and for next year. So definitely, I love that. Absolutely love that. Any other advice or some financial strategies to focus on in Q4?
Renee,
Yes.
I have something on my mind around that topic.
Okay. Please share.
And it's regarding profit leaks. So a lot of profit leaks. Yes.
Okay.
And so we do talk a lot about tax time and budgeting. But what I find most often is there is so much money trapped inside of a business. There are so many profit leaks that budgeting is not enough. You're leaving money, you heard that saying, leaving money on the table. That's true. And there's also money that is leaking inside of the business. And so when I think about Q4 and I think about financials, I believe you need to have a profit leaks audit every quarter, but fourth quarter is one of the most important times to do or have a profit leaks audit so that you are taking the most advantage possible of hidden revenue, hidden resources, hidden opportunities, missed things that are trapped inside of your business, either because you are putting out fires all the time, you don't necessarily have the capacity or the resources, whether it's time, whether it's energy, whether it's team members, whether you are, here's one of my number one, actually two, I'll give you guys two. The top two areas that I find profit leaks when I do an audit is in follow-up. There is so much money leaking because you aren't doing the follow-up. And then the second area we've all sort of talked about a little, which is customer experience, not customer service. They're not the same. Customer experience is something that you plan. And when you understand that it is a lot less expensive to keep a customer than it is to get a new customer, you will focus more of your time and your money and your energy and your resources on delivering an exceptional experience to the customers that you have. And so profit leaks, close those gaps, turn off those leaks, and without doing anything else in your business, you will increase your profitability immediately.
I love that. Go ahead, Mo. That to me was genius.
Yeah.
That was like a drop the mic moment.
Yeah, it was, because it also had me thinking about my experience in not, I don't want to say combing through the business 100% sometimes. For example, I had MoBrownSuga.com, SugarProductions.com. Then I had one of the mentees, M.com, MoBodyButter.com, MoBrownsBodega.com. Then I was managing two other ones in entertainment. Now, when I looked at the website company, $7.99 here, $8.99 there, $11.99 there, $13.99 there. So I'm looking like, what is a better way to do this? Can we consolidate this? And that's what I ended up doing. It was too much to be spread out everywhere. So when you organize and you start to write things down and you see, okay, Google Drive is taking out $9.99 a month. Oh wait, this service cloud is taking out $2.99 a month. Those $2.99 a month and $3.99 a month, those things matter. So it's so important to comb through every single detail. Now, I know sometimes we don't want to do it, but it's so important. I was having $8.99 being taken out of my account every month. And although it might sound like a small amount, $8.99, that's, I don't know, someone's lunch, or that's, the money that can go into your account. You know, those small things for us matter because that's an extra battery pack when we're putting it, you know, on the person when we're interviewing them. So that was a mistake that I made because I just wanted everything. And it's like, okay, let's be realistic here. You can get the domain names, but you know, is it going to take, you know, from you? So making sure you comb through all of those finances and look at the subscriptions that you had. We sign up for stuff all the time. Those things take away from your business. Like, I don't know what. I just $40 a month extra I was paying for space for these editing apps so that our face can look smooth on social media. It's like
Photoshop.
Okay.
I love it. But it's so true, though. How many different pieces of software or subscriptions do we have? Half the time we don't use them, and they're duplicative of other programs that we already have. Why not just use that one program and all of its features instead of adding on, you know, just using bits and pieces of similar types of programs?
Right. Because you got to be careful. They'll say, would you like to upgrade for more? And you'll be like, sure, I want to access that file anywhere.
Right.
Well, and it's also memberships. If you belong to community organizations, you need to audit. I always do it in Q4. I do audit it twice a year, but Q4 is always a really commitment time. Am I making use of this community? And I either need to step my game up in a commitment level and get active or get out. And that's a really big bleed. It's not necessarily always necessarily profit, but it is a time bleed. And it's like, make the use of the communities you're part of or get out of them. And I would also say the other side is, you know, Black Friday is coming. I always am asking my team, what strategic investments do we need to make and what sale are we waiting for on Black Friday? So we don't get suckered into 12 things. We say, oh, this is the one software we want to upgrade, or this is the one thing we're going to consolidate, and we're waiting for the Black Friday sale. So we have some strategic planning about how to maximize that particular savings that goes through in softwares and other things.
I love that. So smart, super smart. Lucy has a question. She says, what non-discount strategies do you believe can effectively boost sales during Q4, especially for those of us hesitant to offer discounts? Like, Q4 is coming. We don't really want to give discounts. We want to make more money. How do we do that without giving discounts?
I don't discount at all. Ever.
You don't discount at all?
Ever. Ever.
Wow. Discounted. I did.
And so when my clients come to me saying I need to do a Q4 sale, I'm like, we're never taking money off the table. We're adding value.
I love that.
So we're adding an extra experience. We're adding an extra something we already have. I said, but before we throw spaghetti at the wall, I said, you never take a discount off your base product. Your value is your value. We own that 365 days a year. But what's important is we think about, before we throw, they think it's valuable this, you say to somebody, now is the time to make the commitment. I have clients that have the best, like marketing agencies have their best year in December because they commit clients for the new year. And we say, what could we add in the new year? It's a bonus call in December. It's a bonus call over the holidays. And I don't mean working through the holidays. I mean a mix or social Zoom party that we kind of get to know you before we start. But we always think, what can we add value? But I don't discount. I don't recommend it ever.
I love that. Katie, Dr. Linette.
Oh, I was hoping Mo was going to jump in because she has a product. So she's product based, and I think it's really important for people to hear how she handles that, because some listeners are product based.
Right. So Mo, you can address the product based folks, and maybe one that Katie or Dr. Linette, y'all can address the service based, like Christine.
I feel like I can actually address both because of the entertainment, and business. That's when you become creative. That's when you say, okay, should I do a commercial for this? Or can I have a friend, make a video and that we can upload it? How can we get creative? That's when you start to ask yourself questions, because that's what if you don't want to lower your price, then you're going to have to, like you said, add on. And that would be the addition. Do we need to reach out to, a magazine, or do we need to reach out to, I don't want to use the word, and I'm going to say it, influencers, because we all have influence, we're all influencers. So those questions are, excuse me, that creative space and trying to, you know, add something on is the best way to do it if you're not going to lower your price. Because I don't lower my price in terms of product, but I have given a discount when it comes to filming. I did do that, but we're not doing that anymore.
Right. Yeah, that was then.
Miss Christine here, I'm doing that.
Those days are over.
Yeah.
Christine said no more discounts. We're adding value.
Right. Got it.
I love it. Anyone else have some suggestions for non-discount strategies to have a great Q4?
I will say one thing. Ask your client what they're looking for before you volunteer anything. So if somebody says, I'm looking for something special, the first answer isn't here it is. It's what did you have in mind? What do you find of value? Because so often we throw things that we don't need to. And the most important thing is what matters to you.
Right.
Sure, I'm happy to help you. What does it look like? Because in a product-based business, if we take the beauty that category, I don't need a discount on the product, but if you could take 10 minutes to show me how to apply it better, I would see huge value in that. I'd probably even buy more product. So the first thing to check in a non-discount, anytime somebody challenges you for a question on value, say, what are you looking for? What would matter to you? And often it is so much smaller than what you're going to throw at it. Right. And it's easy. And if it's easy, say yes. Like that will also help you close more sales. Mm-hmm. What is it that you need? What is it you're looking for? If I could add that to you now, would we get a yes today? Let me add that.
Yes, absolutely. Because nothing is worse than editing a video and the client not liking it. Because of what I thought it should look like for Christmas. So yeah, no.
Right. Ask the questions. What does that look like for you? What do you want? Tell me what you want.
And often they don't know. They're just like, well, I just thought I would ask. It's like, well, come up with something and I'm happy to entertain it.
Yeah. Put it back on them. I love that. I mean, and then that way you're not spinning your wheels. You're not wasting your money. You're not wasting your time, and you're meeting them where they are, which
you're
is
also listening to them, which is hugely powerful.
Yes, you are listening to them. I love that. Lucy, hopefully that was helpful. Thank you so much for the question. I really appreciate that, like, tremendously. We are on the back end of this show, cannot even believe it. So looking ahead to 2025, which Dr. Linette's folks already are, what advice do you have for setting up for a smooth transition into the next year? What did you tell them to do last quarter?
Yeah, exactly. And this really marries well with what we talked about earlier in terms of burnout. It is really important. In my camp, one of the first things that I do with clients is I get them 90 days ahead. They're 90 days ahead on their emails. They're 90 days ahead on their social media content. They're 90 days ahead on everything, because that takes the pressure off. Lifing happens in business too. And so not only do you have lifing, but you have businessing. So it really turns into a potential mess. And the way to prevent that mess, which then elevates to burnout, is to be ahead. So that's the reason that my clients are already planning for, technically they're planning for second quarter, because we've already done first quarter. But it really helps to decrease what you're trying to pivot. See, when life starts lifing, you need to pivot. But how do you pivot successfully when you didn't have a plan in place to pivot from? That's the part. Like, if you don't hear anything else that we're sharing with you today, a lot of creatives, I work with a lot of creatives, and they like to roll with the flow. You know, they don't like a plan. They don't like to have a process. But processes and systems give you freedom, because how can you pivot? How can you free flow when you didn't have a plan to start with? Yeah. So that's what I want people to really think about. Have a plan, right? If you have a plan, then you know how to tweak that plan so that it feels good to you at all times. But here's the most important part, and we've been sharing this with you the whole time. Profitability, legacy, success, it's not just about the money. You need to also be happy and you need to be healthy. Happy, healthy, and wealthy, not just the money. Because if you focus just on the money, as soon as something isn't going right, you're going to want to just quit. And you're going to find that burnout happens so much faster. So it's not about, quarterly taking time off for yourself. I actually have what's called self-care Sunday. Every single week, Sunday is off limits. No cell phone, no technology, no phone calls. I told my family, no smoke signals. Leave me completely alone. Because that is my time to recharge. And if it's an emergency, call 911. I'll check you on Monday. And seriously, I had to make that a non-negotiable because they come up with all kinds of stuff that is an emergency to them, and it's really not an emergency. So I had to put my foot down about that. And so when we talk about 2025, my question to you is, what do you desire? What do you desire? Not what they told you you should have, not what they told you you should do, not who they told you you should be, but what do you desire? That's where the plan starts. I'm out.
I love it. I love it. What do you desire? What is your dream? What is your hope? Where do you want to be? Because you want to be there, not because somebody says, oh, well, you should do things and you should do that. Or I think, everybody's got an opinion. Everyone. Okay. You need to decide what is right for you. And Ariel joined us and she says, off topic, and we have just a couple more minutes, but Dr. Linette's voice is incredibly calming. Yes, I agree. 100%. If you're having like the wildest, craziest, stressed out day, call Dr. Linette. Her voice is just like, lullaby, very, very lullaby. Thank you. I love it, but so strong, so powerful. Love having her on the team. In my corner, my very own corner.
I love it.
So, you guys, I cannot even believe our time is almost up. I want to give everyone in the audience, those that are listening today, those that might listen to the replay, how can we all stay in touch with you? How can we continue to do life with you and make sure that we're set up not only for Q4, but for the rest of our lives and the legacy that we leave? Christine, want to start?
Mine is super simple because there's, a pattern with my life. ChristineCampbellRappin.com is where you're going to come find me, come connect. Let's stop the overwhelm and truly let's make you win. I want you to have that multifaceted wealth that Dr. Linette talked about. It is possible. Let's go do it. Today is the day to start. ChristineCampbellRappin.com.
Thank you, Christine. And Mo, how do we reach you?
MoBrownSuga.com. sugarproductions.com, and check out Mo Brown's Bodega. We're doing well. We're in a few festivals this year, so you can check that out. It's on YouTube right now. It is a nice family show that everybody can watch. And I'm on social media at Mo Brown Sugar. Hit me up on Instagram.
Yes. We will definitely do that.
Yeah.
And Katie, how can we stay in touch with you?
Yeah, so I think you've got my email address popped up there, but katie@brightsolutions.co. You can go to our website, brightsolutions.co, and sign up for our newsletter. It's about optimizing the way you use technology in a senior living organization, but mostly LinkedIn. So that's where I post and interact the most. And so if you just look up Katie Griffith, Bright Solutions on there, you'll find me on there. So thank you so much for having me.
Awesome. Thank you for that, Katie. And Dr. Linette.
Probably the easiest thing to do is just Google me. That's the fastest. You can always go to LinetteMontae.com, or I spend a lot of time on LinkedIn now. So wherever you're comfortable, I'm probably there. And I'd love to connect with you. DM me. Let's hang out.
I love it. You ladies are absolutely game changers in this business industry. And I am so privileged and so honored that you all would take time, your valuable time out of your day, to share with us here on Renee Speaks. Speak your words of wisdom of how we can capitalize on the last 3 months that we have in this year and make an impact for Q4 with these tremendous strategies for success to end the year strong and start out the next 2025 even stronger. So I just truly appreciate you all so much. You are rock stars. Thank you so much for joining us here today on the show. As you all know, I'm with executivehelpnow.org. If anyone has any virtual assistant needs, you all know how to find me. We stay on social media and are happy to help no matter what we can, whether you're needing some extra hands at the end of the year or trying to get started on the new year without overwhelm, as we talked about today, just hit us up as well. Y'all have been absolutely amazing. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Be sure to participate in all of the little contests that we're having throughout the month of October. Since it is my birthday month, we're making it fun, keeping it fun. Get entered into the drawings to win prizes. It'll be a blast. So thank you again for joining us. You all were made for something great. So go and be awesome.